The December air in Los Angeles wasn't supposed to bite like this, but tonight it did. Elon Musk pulled his jacket tighter as he walked toward his car after a late meeting. The streetlights buzzed faintly overhead, casting long, tired shadows. That's when he saw him. A boy, maybe 9, maybe 10. Sitting cross-legged on the sidewalk, clutching a wrinkled cardboard sign with both hands. It wasn't the usual plea for money or food. The sign simply read, "Help my mom." No decorations, no sad puppy eyes, just black marker, just desperation. Elon slowed, watched. The boy shivered slightly, his knuckles pale against the cardboard. People passed by, some tossing loose change, others pretending not to see. But Elon saw. He crossed the street and knelt down, eye level with the boy. "Hey," Elon said gently, "what's your name?" The boy looked up, bright green eyes shadowed with exhaustion. "Liam," he whispered. Elon nodded. No sudden movements, no pity. "What happened to your mom, Liam?" "She's sick," the boy said, voice trembling. "In the car. She can't wake up much. We were living there. Then, I don't know." A lump formed in Elon's throat. He stood slowly. "Where is your car?" Liam pointed down the block. A battered old sedan sat hunched against the curb, windows fogged. Without hesitation, Elon pulled out his phone. Not to record, to call. Within minutes, 2 black SUVs pulled up quietly. Security stepped out, but Elon waved them back. He offered his hand to Liam. "Come on, buddy," he said. "We're not leaving her out here tonight." And under the indifferent hum of a Los Angeles night, hope took its first real breath. The hospital emergency room buzzed with muted chaos. Nurses moved swiftly under the fluorescent lights, IV bags swung from rolling stands, and monitors beeped in uneven rhythms. In the middle of it all, Sarah, Liam's mother, lay unconscious on a stretcher. Her skin was pale, her breathing shallow, but she was alive. Elon stood just outside the glass doors, arms crossed, jacket still zipped up against the cold. Liam clung to his side, one small hand wrapped tightly around Elon's sleeve. A doctor in scrubs approached. "She's dehydrated, severely malnourished, and her immune system's crashing from untreated pneumonia," he said quietly. "Will she be okay?" Elon asked. "With proper care, yes. But she'll need time. And support." Elon nodded. Time. Support. Things most people take for granted. He turned to Liam, kneeling down so they were eye to eye. "Your mom's in good hands now," he said. "They're going to take care of her." Liam's lip trembled. "But where will I go?" Elon didn't hesitate. "You'll stay close. You're not alone anymore." He pulled out his phone again, not to delegate but to arrange. Within an hour, a private room was secured. A social worker summoned. A new set of clothes, a warm meal, and a clean bed waiting for Liam. As he watched Liam fall asleep later that night in a borrowed hospital cot, Elon made a silent promise. This wasn't going to be a one-time rescue. This was going to be the start of something that would ripple far beyond one boy and one cold night. 2 weeks later, the hospital room looked almost unrecognizable. Sunlight poured through the windows. A vase of fresh flowers sat on the bedside table, and in the middle of it all, Sarah was awake, pale but smiling, weaker but alive. Liam sat curled up at her side, his small hand resting protectively on hers. Elon stood near the door, arms folded loosely, watching. When Sarah caught his gaze, her voice cracked. Are you the one who found us?" Elon smiled softly. "No, Liam found me." Tears welled in her eyes. "I don't know how to thank you," she whispered. Elon shook his head. "You don't need to." Later that day, After the final round of discharge paperwork, Elon walked them outside. Waiting at the curb wasn't the old battered sedan. It was a modest, gently used SUV, registered in Sarah's name. Fully insured, tank full. Next to it, a crisp envelope with a small note inside. Everyone deserves a clean start. Welcome home. And taped to the backseat window, keys to a newly rented 2-bedroom apartment in a quiet neighborhood nearby. Noah Elementary School was 5 blocks away. The hospital where Sarah would start a part-time job was 7. Sarah collapsed into tears. Liam hugged her fiercely. Elon just stood quietly, hands in his pockets, smiling. Because he knew. This wasn't charity. It was restoration. And sometimes, all someone needed wasn't a miracle, just a second chance. It started with a photo. A hospital volunteer snapped a picture. Sarah smiling weakly in her new car. Liam beaming beside her, holding the keys. The photo found its way onto Twitter. No tags, no hashtags, just a caption. Kindness is louder than headlines. Within hours, the post exploded. People wanted to know, who helped them? How did it happen? When someone quietly hinted it might have been Elon Musk, the internet went into overdrive. But Elon didn't release a statement. He didn't post a tweet. He didn't want a spotlight. He wanted a movement. And that's exactly what happened. Across the country, people started paying attention to the handwritten signs they used to ignore. Restaurants posted, "Take one, leave one" meal boards. Landlords quietly forgave back rent for struggling families. Communities created second chance funds, where people could nominate someone silently deserving. Local news stations ran features not about crime or chaos, but about resilience, restoration, and hope. Sarah, meanwhile, began working at the hospital part-time, slowly rebuilding her life. Liam thrived in school, drawing pictures of rockets and planets and writing essays titled, "The Day a Stranger Changed Everything." One evening, as Sarah tucked him into his new bed, Liam asked, "Mom, do you think we'll ever see him again?" Sarah kissed his forehead. "Maybe," she said, "but the important thing is, you'll carry what he gave us wherever you go." And outside their small apartment window, the city lights shimmered like stars brought down to earth. It arrived on a Friday afternoon, tucked neatly into their mailbox. A thick, cream-colored envelope. No return address. Just 2 words embossed in gold. "You're invited." Sarah opened it carefully. Inside was a handwritten note. "Join us for an evening celebrating second chances. Special guest, Liam." At the bottom, no fancy signature, just a simple E. Liam's eyes widened. "Mom, do you think it's him?" Sarah smiled. "I think he hasn't forgotten you." The event was held at the downtown Civic Center. Hundreds of people gathered under twinkling string lights. Families who had been helped, doctors who had volunteered, students who had been inspired. On the stage, a large banner read, "One kind act, endless ripples." When it was Liam's turn to speak, his hands trembled a little as he held the microphone. He looked out over the sea of faces, and then saw him, standing near the back. No spotlight, no fanfare. Just Elon, watching, listening. Liam cleared his throat and began. "My mom once told me that sometimes, the smallest things change the biggest things. A jacket, a car ride, a smile." He glanced at Elon and smiled. "And one night, someone didn't walk past me. He stopped. And because he stopped, I'm standing here." The audience erupted into applause. Elon just smiled back. Proud, quiet. Because true leaders don't crave stages. They build them for others. Later that night, after the event ended and the lights dimmed, Liam and Sarah sat together on a small hill just outside the city. Above them, the stars stretched across the sky, wild, endless and shimmering. Liam lay back in the grass, hands tucked behind his head. "Mom," he whispered, "do you think the stars remember things?" Sarah smiled softly. "What kind of things?" "Like little stuff. Someone helping you. Someone believing in you." Sarah tucked a blanket around his shoulders. "I think stars remember everything that matters," she said. Across the hill, Elon stood by his car, looking up too. He didn't interrupt. He didn't need to. Liam closed his eyes and made a silent wish. Not for toys, not for fame, just for one thing. That he could be the kind of person who stopped when others were hurting. The kind who noticed. The kind who made ripples. Even if no one ever saw the first drop. Back at their apartment, a new sign now hung by Liam's bed. Handwritten, taped to the wall. It said, "Help others. Someone helped you." And every night after that, before he fell asleep, Liam would glance at it one last time. A promise, a memory, a beginning. Because sometimes the biggest legacies aren't built with millions. They start with a cold sidewalk, a cardboard sign, and one person who decided not to walk away.
If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more inspiring stories.